My name is Jeff Tyson. My position at Gunslinger Paint is president and founder of the company. The company originated in 2003 officially, but it started underneath one of our auto body shops down in Denver, and then we branded it and brought it online in 2004. We are a high content paint provider for Harley Davidson. We are one of two main companies that do it for them directly. So our parts come in here, we produce them with designs that are either designed by us or designed by them, and we send them to their manufacturing plant where they go on brand new motorcycles every day. The company started out of back in the day when Discovery Channel had motorcycle shows on, and we saw a niche of finding motorcycles that needed to be painted in a production standpoint. Harley dealerships would send their paint to somebody that did it at home, and these people were generally graphic minded, very talented, but not very business minded. So we looked at that and said, okay, there's a dealership that's in Fort Collins called Thunder Mountain. We got a hold of them and started to paint their motorcycles for them. We settled in on this motorcycle paint. It was the newest craze. It was the biggest thing on TV, and you know, there was hundreds of choppers being built every day across the country, and so it's like they all needed custom paint. Today, we've gone through many suppliers over the years, but at this point today, we are 99.5% reliant on Harley Davidson. We've developed this relationship. They know that they need us and we need them. We're what they call their crown jewel paint supplier. So we do all the things that cannot be done in their plants. We also do all the things that our other supplier can't do. So it goes down to the hand-laid, painted-on pinstriping that somebody else can't do. There's a few people in the world that can do it, but we've got most of them that work here that are really good. Our largest expense on our budget is liquid paint. To compare us to a large auto body shop in Denver, we spray probably 4 times that in a day for the largest body shops. But that's our biggest expense. It's over 40% of our cost of goods sold. It's equal to our labor, just about. We have great people that work around us. The company really has fantastic people that make it happen on a day-to-day basis. We can create a path that if you walked in the door, you could run any part of this company. It's all something you can learn. We have a few basic principles. One, attendance is number one. We have to deliver every day. So attendance is critical here. Attitude is second part. Quality of work is third part. And then just overall ability to learn. So if you come in with a good attitude and you can show up for work, you can pretty much do 80% of the jobs in this company, and you can grow into them, and we'll teach you. Because we don't have the luxury of hiring, in construction, somebody that frames houses. They know how to frame houses. They can frame a house for me, they can frame a house for another company. But what we do here is we don't do anything just like the body shops. We do things like we do. Things that keep me inspired is that we've brought on a different type of person now with added robotics into our company, and that was pretty inspiring of seeing what they can do. And the scary part about it is that it's something I can't personally do. At any point in time, I could do just about every job in this company other than pinstriping, and now I don't know how to program a robot. I don't know how to run some of our computer programs. It's inspiring to see the people that we've brought on that can do that and take us to another level. For designing, John will either sketch them on a template or a buck, or he'll take actual parts and lay it out with tape on it and to get the lines flowing through the bike. John will sketch the design, and then Janine will put it into Photoshop and put the backgrounds in it and the colors into it. And John is not a Photoshop expert, so we have him tagged up with somebody that is. The original goal back in 2004 was if we could just paint 10 motorcycles a month. That was the original goal. Right now we paint on average between 24 and 30 motorcycles a day. We actually paint close to 1,200 parts a day. So the original goal was to capture a little bit of a market share that was new and try to keep the company growing in a time where everything else was shrinking. When you start a company, it's hard to manage cash flow. I would say the hardest part besides that is managing left brain and right brain thinkers. The artistic side of the brain isn't really good at managing money. The business side of the brain, is good at managing process, and personalities like that usually don't get along very well. So that's probably been the hardest. Did I ever want to quit or give up? That's a tough question. Which day? So they still surface. Some days they surface with 5 days in between. Some days they surface with a year in between. But yeah, they always come back. Currently, we're behind in production, and it's all the things that we've done before. Sometimes the staff forgets what we did to be successful at that time. And those are frustrating days. And then you got to remind them and help coach them through them and get it going. And we call it the grind. You're in the grind and you got to keep reminding and keep going. But yeah, there's plenty of days you think about walking away. But the good outweigh the bad. When we have a special moment, it's usually like we added a robot. That was a big special moment. Our first robot we put in was scary and fun. Back 10 years ago, a special moment might have been when we added another structure, our building to the east, and put in more paint booths and able to hire more staff. Or ultimately, the best moment would have been the day that we signed the contract with Harley Davidson. That was a great day. Never thought we'd be sitting here painting hundreds and hundreds of parts for an icon company like that, for just a couple guys from Minnesota and Iowa that put on our pants and go to work. We look around and you see the amazing things that have come. Let's continue to do what we do at a little faster pace for a little less money. And that's what the robots will help us do too. Is 80% of our work is labor, hand-touch labor. The things that we can strip out of the hands and do through a robot, we will, but the reality is the things that got us to where we're at is our high contrast, hand labor, hand graphics that can't be done anywhere else. So we don't ever want to give up on what got us here, then we'll be just like anybody else. I think the old American dream is that if you work hard and you find your way, show up for work hard, and have a plan. And it's not always easy, but you can do anything you put your mind to. I think that's the real result of this company. It's been fun. A hobby turned into work. What better job could you ask for?